I am Robbie Bergquist. I am a junior at Boston College High School in Dorchester, Mass. And some colleges that I'm starting to look at are Boston College, Stonehill, and UMass Amherst. My favorite memories from high school have to be spending time with my friends. After school, we always go to Castle Island and we'd always get some food together. And so spending time with friends was always one of my best moments at high school. Boston College High School is an all-boys school, so there's a lot of brotherhood in there, so we got to hang out a lot, and it was just a really good time. My favorite subject would probably have to be physics. I may not get my highest grades in physics, but it is the most interesting class that I take at Boston College High School, and my teacher, Mr. Burt, is actually my favorite teacher I've ever had at BC High, and he incorporates real-life examples and incorporates that into physics. And it really helps with how we learn, and he's just a great teacher. If I could say an experience that has really shaped me today is, along with Cell Phones for Soldiers, my dad, we were at a deployment in 2004, and the program was just starting, and there was this one little girl who was trying to reach up to her dad and reach his hand for one last time because he was getting onto the bus to be deployed over to Afghanistan for a couple of years. And so my dad jumped into action, and he picked up this girl and let her touch her dad's hand one last time before he went overseas. And that really just put into perspective that you got to care for other people before you care about yourself, because there are thousands of little girls out there who are trying to touch their dad's hand one last time, and if you could be those hands to lift that girl up, that's who I want to be. Well, Cell Phones for Soldiers is a nonprofit organization that my sister Brittany and I started back in 2004 when we were 12 and 13 years old. And what we do is we recycle used cell phones and we purchase prepaid phone cards, which we send over to the troops overseas. To date, we've raised close to $5 million, and it's been crazy because 5 years ago we had the ambition, or the want to raise only $21 to pay off the first soldier's bill, and we went to our piggy banks, and to think that our piggy banks now have grown to $5 million, it's amazing. We get a lot of feedback from the soldiers. They email us daily saying that what we're doing is worthwhile and that we're actually making a difference, and it really puts it into perspective for Brittany and I and for our entire family that what we're doing is actually making a difference, because you think, you know, we're two small kids from a small town in Massachusetts, what kind of a difference could we be making in these soldiers' lives? And for us to get the feedback from the soldiers really is important for Brittany and I, because they tell us that they were able to call home on Christmas or call home on Easter and be with their family as much as they could while they're away. My favorite book is probably The Power and the Glory by Graham Greene. My favorite movie is probably The Dark Knight. My favorite fictional character would have to be, this is a tough one, my favorite fictional character, Pablo Sanchez from Backyard Baseball. Well, I go to BC High, so I've been looking at Boston College as a future college, and my sister went to UMass Amherst, and my other sister Brittany goes to Stonehill, and so I've always wanted to go to one of the schools that my other sisters went to, so I'm keeping those on my list. And I go to Boston College High School, so being a double eagle at Boston College is always what the alumni talk about, so that's really high up on my list. And for a future major, hopefully business or maybe entrepreneurship, and maybe try to go into continuing Cell Phones for Soldiers as a job when I grow up. 10 years from now, my God, I can't even think about what I'm going to be like tomorrow. 10 years from now. Oh, I hope that I'll be playing professional soccer over in England. Hopefully I will have my college degree, and I'll be settling down and hopefully continuing some sort of nonprofit, and I want to continue with community service, so hopefully I'll be doing something in the community.